Fernando de Leon built a net worth of over $3 billion on a reputation for extreme financial discipline. Growing up in Matamoros, Mexico, he commuted across the U.S. border every day for school, eventually working his way up to launching his own massive investment firm. Mainstream business media has celebrated his hyper-frugal approach to wealth. He is profiled as a billionaire who still scrutinizes a $52 crab dinner, constantly focused on minimizing waste to squeeze every percentage point of return out of his investments. The core thesis driving his firm, Leon Capital Group, is surprisingly simple. Instead of chasing flashy tech startups, they hunt for boring, unglamorous businesses that provide steady, reliable cash flow, the kind of essential services immune to a recession. For a perfect example of a boring, recession-proof asset, look at a local dental office. People always need their teeth fixed, no matter what the stock market is doing. But behind the scenes, many of these local, independent clinics are being systematically bought up and bundled together into massive corporate holding companies. De Leon's firm created a flagship dental roll-up called Specialty Dental Brands, or SDB, to execute this exact strategy on a national scale. Yet this conservative, safety-first investment strategy recently triggered a corporate default, resulting in a multi-million-dollar foreclosure and allegations of financial fraud. Leon Capital Group launched Specialty Dental Brands in 2017. Their mandate was aggressive acquisition, and they rapidly partnered with over 250 dental practices across 25 different states. This organizational diagram shows how money flows from the billionaires down to the dentists. On the left, owners feed into a holding company, SDB Holdco. That entity filters cash and control down through corporate subsidiaries until reaching the state-level local practices on the right. This aggressive expansion peaked in 2022 when a private equity firm named TSG Consumer Partners bought a 29% stake in the operation. Ownership of the holding company was now split between TSG, Leon Capital, and the local dentists who managed the clinics. To finance hundreds of acquisitions in such a short window, the holding company supplemented investor cash with massive loans from a consortium of banks. That introduces a severe vulnerability into the entire corporate structure. The company is highly leveraged, owing a massive amount of debt relative to actual cash. The survival of this entire roll-up model depends on those loan payments remaining cheap. As global interest rates began to rise, the cost of borrowing spiked, suffocating SDB's business model. The holding company suddenly lacked cash to service its massive loans and officially defaulted on payments. In a transaction internally categorized as the 019 SDB restructure, the banking consortium stepped in and foreclosed on the holding company. The lenders executed a debt-for-equity swap. Wiping the slate clean on unpaid loans, they seized a controlling 55% ownership stake in the business. The controlling positions held by original billionaire investors, Leon Capital Group and TSG, were erased overnight. TSG retaliated immediately, filing aggressive lawsuits in Tennessee and Delaware courts to recoup their losses. In the Delaware suit, TSG claimed Fernando de Leon's firm used fake financial information and fabricated graphics to trick them into a $349 million investment. A portfolio built on the concept of boring, reliable cash flow had dissolved into a high-stakes, multi-state legal war over hundreds of millions of dollars. If you step away from the lawsuits in the boardrooms and look at the ground-level clinics, like the SDB-affiliated offices in Oregon, a very different picture emerges. Because healthcare deals are heavily regulated in Oregon, state authorities closely monitored these specific clinics for a full year during the corporate default. While the holding company was defaulting on massive loans and burning through millions in equity, the local Oregon clinics experienced no material changes to their operating hours, patient care routines, or billing practices. In fact, right in the middle of their parent company's foreclosure, state records show the Oregon clinics actually hired 3 additional clinical staff members and expanded their administrative team. Private equity roll-ups are pitched to investors as safe, conservative bets on essential services. In practice, the corporate debt layered on top of those services acts as a high-wire feat of financial engineering, often operating in a separate economic reality from the actual daily work of the business. The result is a strange duality. The high-level financial engineering built by billionaires proved fragile and prone to collapse, Yet in the exam rooms, the core service continued. Local dentists were still pulling teeth and seeing patients long after their corporate owners lost control.